In this video, I'm going to teach you how to build and sell an AI agent system that works for literally any type of business. I'm going to show you how to build a beautiful website like this without knowing how to code or having any sort of design experience. Then I'm going to show you how we can set up a form like this, where when someone clicks on their reason for visit, puts in their name, and then puts in their email and their phone number, how we can automatically link this to an AI booking bot that will follow up with this lead immediately and get them to book an appointment. You can see that over here that this system will now have texted this lead. It's going to take just a few seconds, but there is the form submission. And then here you can see an instant text was sent. Today is Halloween at 2:44 p.m. So you can see this message was sent right now in real time. And I'm actually going to respond to this just to show you how quick the AI responds. And then I'm going to show you the last part of this AI agent system. And then I'm going to teach you how to actually build this. So let's see. It says, are you currently looking for a new dentist in the area? So I'm going to say yes. Now, while we wait for the AI to respond, it's important that you understand you can do all of this for any type of business. So you can see here, I have this for a roofing business right here. I also did this for a real estate investment business. And it's the same exact website and it's the same exact structure that I'm going to be showing you in this video. All you have to do is change this out, say, hey, this is for a dental business or this is for a roofing business, and it's literally going to change everything. So I'll walk you guys through how to do this from the site to the form to the AI receptionist. But here you can see it's now saying, great, when was your last dental visit? I'm not going to go through the entire sequence, but this AI chatbot is going to message leads immediately, and then it's going to get them to book an appointment. So I'm going to just say routine checkup, and I'll wait for that one last response just so you guys can see how this works in real time. And then I'm going to show you this other part of our system that really adds a lot of value to these businesses. And like I said, you can do this for any type of business. I have zero experience in the dental industry. I don't even know what it's called. So here's the AI responding right there. And then eventually, as I keep responding, it's going to book me in for an actual appointment. Now, what's cool about this as well, which I'll show you guys, we can customize the questions. We can have it ask more questions. We can have it ask less questions. We can customize and change all of that. And you don't have to know how to code or build software. You literally just type stuff in and then the AI does the rest. So let me show you guys how this actually works with the last part of our system, and then I can teach you guys how to build this. So we've got a beautiful website here done completely by AI. I don't know how to code. I don't know how to design stuff like this. This was all done by AI. I just typed and it created this site. Then we have our form, okay? And every business, you can do this right now. You can go to Google Maps, type in a business you go to often. Pretty much any sort of service-based business has a form on their website, or if they don't have one, they should, right? So people go on those forms and fill them out, and you'd be surprised how many businesses just, you fill out a form and it's just sent into the abyss and literally no one responds. So we've got the site, we've got the form, right? And now we have two other ways that we can capture leads for these businesses and help them close and get more clients. So that's way number one, is the actual form. Way number two is we have this AI receptionist here, okay? So what this does is this allows somebody who maybe doesn't want to fill out a form but would prefer to just talk, to actually talk to an AI agent. And this AI agent can be added with all the custom information about the business. So their hours, their address, you can see the services that are offered here, non-implant services, all that information that the business owner, has, we can literally just copy and paste it and put it into the prompt. And then the AI agent can answer that for somebody 24/7. Okay. So I'll edit an actual clip of how this actually works because you won't be able to hear this with my mic. But just so you can see how this functions, you would literally just click call us here, and then it's going to load.
Self-selling AI. How can I help you today?
Yes, so I am actually interested in using this for my dental practice.
Great. For your dental practice, are you more focused on attracting new patients, improving patient retention, or saving time on admin tasks?
Attracting new patients. Okay, so the prompt that's in that specific system is for self-selling. So I teach people how to do this. And so imagine your own website, right, that is saying plug in AI for your, you could have a niche, or maybe you do this generally for different businesses. But basically that prompt was designed to sell the AI itself, okay? But you can easily change this and just make it specific to a dentist, right? But what I want to show you here is when somebody actually talks to the AI, guess what happens on the back end? So if we go over here to conversations, you can see here this user contacted the self-selling AI about using the service for their dental practice. When asked whether they wanted to focus on attracting new patients, improving retention, or saving admin time, they chose attracting new patients. So we're building a site for people, right, for these businesses. We're creating these forms and we're capturing information. That's one way we can actually generate them more leads. The second way is we plug in this voice AI system where people that don't want to fill it out can just click. They don't have to do anything. They just call it. And then on the back end, we have an automation here that is going to automatically summarize the conversation between the lead and the AI. And I obviously just kind of sped through it, but I do this with real businesses, and people will literally be talking to the AI for like 5 minutes. So when you have the AI talking to the lead for 5 minutes, it comes up with a whole bunch of information. It'll organize it and make it really, really simple to understand. And it'll turn that, website visitor, that passive website visitor, into a real lead. And we can even do some cool stuff like calling the lead with AI as soon as they fill it out or complete the system. It's really, really cool, okay? So we've got the site, we've got the form, right? And then we have the instant, AI receptionist. The second way that we can do this, or technically the third way that we can do this is we can just have a phone number here that people call. And when they call that number, you can do this a few ways. You can have the AI receptionist answer immediately, or you could have it call the business. And if the business doesn't answer, right? So for example, maybe after hours, which is very, very common. Like I know when I go to the orthodontist, if I call after 5 p.m., they're closed and you just get a voicemail. And then you have to wait until the next day for them to call you back. And then you have to answer. If you don't answer, 2, 3, 4, 5 days go on. And then, you book the appointment like a week later, right? So it doesn't have to be AI immediately. You could do the AI right here and then do, the human caller right here. But you can do it to where the AI's, after hours, or it answers instantly, okay? So that's our package, right? This is our package that we've put together that we can create for any type of business. You can see here, it all just really stems from the site and the prompt. And what's cool about this for you guys, you don't have to code or know how to do anything advanced. You just have to have the strategy. And if you show this to a business, look, here's your site, here's the site I'm going to set up for you. Here's your forms. Here's what happens when someone fills out your form. Here's the form that I have. Instant text, instant appointment being booked. Here's what happens when someone calls your business, no one answers, right? So this is kind of the foundation of people's digital marketing strategy. This is what we're going to set up and sell. Okay, so now that you understand how this works, I'm going to show you guys how to actually set this up. Okay, so the first part of this is the website. Okay, now the website that I use to build this is called Bolt.new. Okay, I have a link down below. They give you 200,000 free tokens to actually generate a website. Okay, so I'm going to just show you candidly how this works so you can see this in real time. I'm not going to go through the whole build out, because if you do want to partner with me, if you partner with me on the next software I'm going to share with you, you can just get these templates. I give you the files to these exact templates, and then you can literally just install them and start selling them right away. You could rent them out to people. You could do whatever you want. I have a bunch of cool strategies. I've been renting them out. I don't like to just give them to people. They just pay a monthly fee, and I link them to this system, which I'll be showing you guys in a second. But this is candidly how well this system works. I'm not going to edit this. You can just see if I say build me a beautiful website. I'll just do one page so it doesn't take too long. A one page, build me a, oops, let me move this over here. Build me a beautiful one page website for a plumbing business. Okay, so you guys can see I don't know how to code, I don't know how to do anything. I'm just literally typing this out, and if I wanted to change this to a different business, I just swap this out. Okay, so I'm going to click build now. Now it's important to note the first output that it gives you may not be exactly what you want, but all through just typing, just like I showed you, I was able to create this. All right, this is how I created this. Same thing with this. I think, yeah, I created this one first, and then I just duplicated it and then said, change this to a roofing business. And then it just did all of it. Okay, so yes, you got to do a little bit of work, but it's not like, you know, you used to have to build websites and you got to know how to design stuff. I don't know how to do any of that stuff professionally. Now I can go to clients that don't have websites and say, hey, look, you don't have a website. This is going to build trust. This is going to make your brand like more reputable. And then I'm in the process of rebuilding my sites because these just look so much better than the ones I've ever built. And you don't have to know how to do anything. You just type it. Okay, so it's loading over here. These usually take like, you know, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes depending on how extensive the actual build is. But I just want to show you guys raw, unedited. If you want to speed through this, you can. I'll just kind of hang out with you guys while it builds. But this is like, it's doing all this stuff on the back end. Look, oh, it's already, there it is. Aquaflow plumbing. Here we go. So let's see what happens here. So there was a little error here. I'll show you guys how to fix this. This can happen. This is just a little, sometimes when it's creating it. So fix this. So you just say fix this and you just copy and paste this. There are little errors that pop up, but you can see it's going to fix it in like 20 seconds and then everything's going to load. Okay, so don't like freak out if something like that happens. Okay, so here you can see it's going through the process of fixing it, but I know I've done this quite a bit. This is, you know, you could do this for sites, but you could also do this for like dashboards. It's a really cool tool. So I have a link for that. Like I said, it's completely free and it gives you like 200,000 free tokens so you can start generating sites or whatever it is that you want to do with it. So here it is. It's thinking, and then once this is complete, we're going to literally have our plumbing website. And I'm going to show you guys just how to link this up to the booking bot and to the AI system. So let's see if we can pull this out here. All right, so look at that. I literally paused it. I'm telling you at 2:58, so it took like 40 seconds, and look at this. One page website, looks beautiful. way better than almost anyone could do, like without any experience. And guys, you can change this stuff as well. So don't think that this is fixed. Just to show you one last thing here so you can understand how valuable this is, I'm going to say add in a email capture field above the schedule service in the top section. Okay, so I just want an email field right there just so you guys can see how you can edit this stuff. Like, it's not, you know, oh my gosh, it didn't come out the way I want to and I don't know what to do. You literally just keep talking to it. It's going to figure it out. And the more specific you are, the better it's going to actually do it. And what I love about this is the design. Like, it actually looks good. I know there's website templates out there, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to be able to customize those templates and actually make it specific. Like, you're going to have to learn some sort of design and move stuff around. Boom. You can see that there. I obviously don't like the button. So we could move this stuff around, but you guys get the idea, okay? So with enough tweaks, right, you can basically create something like this, okay? And so now that we have our site, what I'm going to do is now show you how we can link this over to our second software here called HighLevel, where we're going to set up the first automation, which is the AI booking bot, okay? So I'm going to say I'm not worried about the design here now. I just want to show you guys the function. So I'm going to say on the form, add in a name and phone number field to capture the lead. Okay. So that is now going to add in a name and phone number so that when someone's on the site, we can then pass over that information to HighLevel and then turn this into the AI booking bot, okay? And within just a few seconds, we're going to literally have this thing set up and we're going to be ready to go so that we can like show this and demonstrate this to a business and how powerful this is for them. So here you can see full name, phone number, and email. Okay. So what I'm going to show you now is the hardest part of this entire thing, and it's copy paste, but it's the hardest part. So here we have our form, okay? And so the way that HighLevel works is if we want to get the information that we capture here to HighLevel, which is where the AI bot is and the voice AI, the receptionist is, we need to send that information from here over to there. Okay, so it sounds complicated, but it's literally copy paste. So the way that we do this is we click back into HighLevel, and I have a 30-day trial link down below. And when you partner with me using that link, I make a commission if you do decide to pay. But in exchange, you get the resources that I'm sharing with you in this video, community, stuff like that. So we have this workflow here, all right? And the way this workflow works is we trigger when someone fills out this form. I'm going to close this so we're not distracted anymore. We're focused on this. So you can see here when somebody fills out this form, right, we want to send over the information to HighLevel, okay? So in order to do this, we use what's called a webhook. So you click add new trigger, and we click inbound webhook. Now I already have one. And all we do is we copy this link. So you'll see here it's going to give you a link. You copy the link. You go over here to Bolt and you say when someone submits their name, email, and phone, send the data to this webhook. Okay, that's the hardest thing that you have to do right there. It knows exactly what I'm saying. It knows exactly what to do. And to be honest, you don't even have to know what this does. You just have to follow what I'm saying and then you'll be done with it, okay? Because the other parts that we're going to set up, you just copy and paste the code and then put it into here. and then it literally will format it correctly. So the hardest part is just getting the information from this platform over to HighLevel. But once it's there, I'm going to show you guys that this actually is working live. Okay, so done. You don't even have to worry about it. Cool. So let's see if it actually did it. So the way we're going to test this is, I'm going to walk you through the rest of this. Don't worry, but I just want to show you this, make sure it works. So I'm going to delete these contacts here so that we can fill out a new form with the same information and just make sure that the information is going over here. Okay, so let's refresh it. We shouldn't see anybody here. Cool, we're good to go. So if what I'm saying is correct and it was really that easy, all I have to do is type in Quinn, and I'll type in Quinn Plumbing since you know I wasn't even doing plumbing before. I'll put in my phone number here, and then I'll put in quinnplumbing@gmail.com. Okay, so when someone clicks this get free quote, right, if this was done correctly, let me make sure it did that. When someone clicks get free quote, send the data. So let's see if it did it. If it didn't do it already, then we just need to tell it to trigger on the actual get free quote button. Okay, so let's do it again. Quinn Plumbing. I'll do number 2 so you can see that is new, and then Quinn Plumbing 2. Okay, so those are the hardest steps of this entire thing, but to learn this and be able to sell a premium looking website is insane. Okay, so there it is. Boom. Thank you. We'll contact you shortly. Okay, now if this was done correctly, all you have to do is refresh here, and we should see a name, email, and phone right here from this lead. Okay, now I'll explain why the name isn't there, but you can see that the information has been sent. All right, you can also see the AI booking bot has now sent over a message, okay, to the lead. So I can say, I can respond now, and let's see what it says. All right, so here it is. So I'm going to say yes. It's the same prompt, so it's not for a dentist in this case. But you can see here it says yes, or excuse me, the website's for a plumber, but it's still for a dentist. And then there's the bot responding in real time. Okay, so we've built our site, right? We've now taken a form that we've put on our site, and we've now linked it over to another system, which is going to add all of the value, okay? Which is, as soon as someone fills this out, they're instantly going to get a text message, and that text message will eventually lead to a booked appointment, okay? Now what I need to show you is how to fix this so the name comes in, and you'll see why it didn't come in here in just a second. So this is the workflow I was walking you through. Or no, it wasn't. The workflow I was walking you through is this one here, okay? So we did this, okay? We copy and pasted this, and that's what sent over the information, okay? Now to finish this off, we need to click on our most recent information that we sent from the site over to HighLevel, okay? So you can see here, Quinn Plumbing 2, the phone number, and then we just click save. That's all we do. If you do it one time, there's just going to be one drop down here. So don't get scared of this. I just did a bunch of tests and stuff, okay? The next step is we click on create contact, and then we now map the information from the other platform into this platform. And you guys may be that watch me and know that I use HighLevel. Why don't you just do this in HighLevel? Because you cannot build this quality of a website in HighLevel without code. So while you do need to learn how to link it, and people may be like, I'd rather just do it in HighLevel, your design is not going to be as good. And I'm the type of person, I love good design. And if I'm able to now offer something I actually feel good about that looks good, I wouldn't do it this way. Like this is, you got to fix this, but you get the point. I would rather have something that I just have to do this once. Once I have the template, all I do is duplicate it, and this is already done. You just fill out the form once, and this just sends over every single time, and you don't have to do it ever again, right? It's not like you're doing this every single day. So this gives you the ability to offer a premium looking site without knowing how to do any code or anything like that. Okay. So let me show you, and just from scratch, what you do. So we've copy and pasted this webhook. We've put it into Bolt. We've said, hey, send the information to this link when someone fills it out. Now, the next step is we need to actually create a contact in HighLevel. So all we do is we click on select field, we go to full name, and then we click right here and we click on the tag, we click on this, and we just choose name. That's all we do. We go to add field, and then we go over here to email, click on this, inbound webhook trigger, click on email, do it one more time for the phone, over here, boom, boom, done. We've now taken the information and we've put it into HighLevel. That's the hardest part of this entire thing right there. So if you can do that, you can now sell premium sites and link it to automations. All right. And just so you understand, when we're doing this webhook data, like that you may have never done before, okay? When you're over here and you're clicking on this tag and you click on this field, and this field are from right here. This field, and this field, okay? So that's why this is named this way. If you wanted to say add in an address field into the form, okay, it's going to do that, okay? And then when you refill out this form again, you will then see name, phone, email, address, and then you can map that to the address right here inside of HighLevel, okay? So you can do any sort of, passing of the data from Bolt over here. The real value proposition is that, one, you can offer premium looking sites without knowing how to code, and you can also edit these sites just by typing something out. If you want to make this whole website green, if you want to make this whole website for a different type of business, you can see it's doing all this without knowing how to code. So you do have to know those little back end things to link it. Once you do it a few times, you never have to, think about doing it again. It's really, really easy. And then you can sell websites to any niche, and you can edit it with just text. I could say, hey, change this to a dental business, and it'll just change the entire thing. All right. So that's the power of this type of a system. Okay. Now, the next step here is to link this to our AI booking bot. All right. And once again, don't have to code. You just copy and paste a prompt. So I'm going to delete this so you can see how this looks from scratch. So we've already completed this step. This is how we're getting the information into HighLevel. The second step is we need to create a contact. We can get the information, but if we don't make it and save it into a record in the system, we can't actually text them, we can't actually email them, we can't do the booking bot. So we have to do this step that we just did. Now, the next step is we click on plus, and I'm going to show you the booking bot, but look at all these other things we can do here to this record. We can send them an email, we can send them a text, which we're doing, we can leave a voicemail drop, we can add in a note up here to the record, like filled out form from website. So HighLevel allows us to do all these different types of things, okay? But what I'm going to show you is the main one, which is convert these form fills into booked appointments. So we're going to click on this over here. And then what we're going to do is we are going to fill out the information here. And it's super simple. So you click on calendar. So HighLevel also has a calendar inside of it, which is how you can book the appointments straight to an actual real availability. For the personality, you just type "You are Jackie" right here. And then in here, I have all my prompts. I'm just going to copy and paste this one here. But we literally just copy and paste this prompt. If you join my free group down below, I just did one yesterday where I gave away the prompt. So I don't want to like go through all that. Just join the group. It's completely free. And there's a prompt there that you can use for any business. Okay. So you take the prompt. The prompt is what the AI bot does to actually book the appointment. Okay. So we click on that. And then we max out the number of messages that we're going to choose, okay, or that the AI bot can send. So I'm going to do 25. And then the channel is SMS, okay? So this is basically text message here. And then we want it to wait only 1 second. We want it to be instant. And then we just click save, okay? That's it. That's like the hardest part of this whole thing. So now, just so you guys can see that this is all hooked up and ready to go, if I delete this contact again here, we can see this. The prompt I used here is for real estate agents. Okay, so you can see I have prompts for a bunch of different types of businesses, but I just want you guys to see with a new example how this actually works for a different type of like how it's already hooked up with a different prompt. So I'm going to go here, Quinn Realtor, and then I'm going to do my number here. And then I'll do an address, and then I'll do realtortesting@gmail. All right. So as soon as this is filled out, we should now see a message sent over to Quinn again. And then you can see here, now it's a different prompt. Okay, just so you can see, this is all real. I'm going to click on my message here and say, yes, I am. And then that'll come over here. And then it's going to go through the other part of the prompt here that you can see. Boom. Are you already working with an agent? Would you like my help? So boom, there it is. It's already working. So we've got our site, we've got our prompt, and then the last part of this section is how do we connect the AI agent over here on the right corner. So we're going to click on the AI agents inside of HighLevel, and we're going to click on the voice AI part of the system. We're going to click create agent, create custom agent, continue. And then we're going to type in the name of the agent. So I'm just going to call it Jackie. And then I'll leave all this here. And then I'm going to leave all these settings here because I already have trainings on how to like set this up. I just want to get through how to get this on the site so you guys see how that works. So function first. So we're just going to get it on the site. So I'm going to click next. I'm not going to worry about the prompt, any of this stuff. I'm just going to leave it ready to go. Okay, so now that this one is ready to go, I go back over here, click on marketing, or no, excuse me, sites. I go to chat widget here, and then right here, we click on new chat widget, and we choose voice AI. And then what you do is you choose the agent you just created. Okay, Jackie's right there, and then it's ready to go. All you do is click get code, copy. You go back over to Bolt and say, please add this to our site. You just put it in quotes. That's all we're doing. I'm not needing to code, anything like that. And in just a few seconds, this is going to be over here in the bottom right-hand corner. And people can now, call the voice AI right here inside of the chat widget. It's going to take just a few seconds, but we've already pretty much completed this. Okay. There it is. Done. Boom. There it is. Perfectly ready to go. Click on it. call us.
Hey, you have
There it
reached
is.
blank.
It already works. Okay. So we got the form. We got this. Now I'm going to show you how to link the call. And this is very simple as well. Okay, so we already created our voice AI agent. I'll have that linked down below, like a full tutorial on how to create it and prompt it and stuff like that. I just want to show you guys the main stuff here, which is like getting the site, getting everything connected. All right. So when you create the AI agent, okay, the way that you connect the agent and the website, if somebody wants to actually call in, is just through adding in a phone number. So when you get your AI agent here, okay, you get a phone number with it, all right? And so all I have to do over here is say add this as a callable number. If that's even, you could see, I don't know how to even do this. You just type a callable number. It's probably like a hyperlinked number to the button on the top right. All right. The only thing here you have to do is just do a plus 1 so that it knows that it's a US number here. All right. So now this is going to take a few more seconds and then we're going to be ready to go. And then what I'm going to do, since the title or the thumbnail, whatever was for dentist, I'm just going to type in, change this all for a dentist. And then you guys can see how powerful this Bolt platform is. Because yes, I didn't show you exactly how to do it for a dentist right away. I wanted to show you a new fresh site, but I could literally just type it out. Okay, so this is ready to go. Call. There, it's going to call the AI agent. Okay, so I'm going to remove this because this is bugging me. I don't like how this is there. So remove this and change this website to be for a dental implant business. Boom. So just like that, it's like you don't even have to design anything. You just type it in and it's going to change it to exactly what I said, a dental implant center. Everything's already linked. The form's linked. The AI widget is linked. And then the ability to call the business is now linked. And this is a package that is so valuable. You don't understand how many businesses don't have really good websites, let alone know how to convert their leads. And I've been running ads for the past 8 years for businesses, and that's been my main thing. But I actually started with websites. So as I come to reflect on it, that was what I did. That was what I started with. Somebody needed a website. I started doing it on Wix, and I didn't know how to do it. I just chose their template and tried to move some stuff around. But now, I mean, had this been out when I was starting, I would have just been doing websites. But you had to actually like build this stuff out. You just had to do so much more. Okay. So if you're starting right now, this is like it's just an insane opportunity because you can literally type it here. This one's going to take a second, but it's already, I think, pretty much done. And it's going to be for a dental business. And look at the prompts, guys. Like, build me a beautiful one-page website for a dental business. Fix this, copy, paste. Add the email capture field. On the form, add a name and phone number. Look at that. There you go. I would just tell it to remove this one as well. But there you go. So that is how to do this type of a setup. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you guys want to partner with me on HighLevel, there's a link down below. If you already have HighLevel, you can join and get access to this stuff. Everything's linked down below. See you in the next video. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.